Welcome back to MZ Recapped. Today we are going to explain the smartest heist movie of the world, the heist of the century. The movie is based on a real story heist in Argentina. So let's move towards the movie without wasting time. As the movie starts, we see Fernando with a psychiatrist. He has no kind of worries in his life, but he feels emptiness in his life. He wants to do such a thing that is not done by anyone else. He is a martial art teacher, and one day while returning home, the rain starts and he stops for a while on the road. He starts smoking and his cigarette becomes wet and he throws it on the road. The cigarette starts flowing with the rainwater and he keeps on following it. Then it goes into a gutter, and when he looks upward, he sees the Bank of Rio in front of him. Then he sees the other gutter covers and wants to know where this gutter tunnel finishes. He reaches a bridge and he hits upon a plan to rob the bank. The next day, he visits his friend Sebastian, who is an expert in making machines. Fernando tells him his plan to rob the bank and he agrees to help him. But he also tells him that for this purpose we need a lot of money and machinery. It means they need an investor, and Fernando goes to his second friend Debaza, who is also facing money crisis. But he tells him about his friend Mario who can help him. Then we see Mario in a saloon where his daughter works, and he always tells a lie to his daughter about his work. When he leaves from there, he leaves a lot of money for his daughter. Then we see Mario is going to do a robbery in an office at night. He robs the money and easily escapes from there. Fernando meets Mario in a cafe and tells him his plan of robbing a bank. He tells him that if our robbery is successful, you will never need to do a robbery in your life again. After hearing this, Mario agrees with him and they go before the Bank of Rio. Fernando takes some measurements and then he takes Mario into the gutter. He tells him that we are just 18 meters away from becoming millionaires. After this, Mario goes to his daughter for dinner. But Mario is late for dinner and his daughter becomes angry with him. The next day, they are deciding what they should plan to do with this heist. Fernando tells them that they will make a tunnel through the gutter to get into the bank. Mario tells him that there are motion sensors in the bank, and Fernando tells him that those motion sensors don't recognize the movement, but those are just for measuring the change in temperature. For this, Fernando has made a suit to keep their body temperature in control and tells them, I am not worried about temperature sensors, but I am worried about how we will open the 400 lockers of the bank. They decide that they will visit the bank tomorrow and will try to find out the solution to this problem. The next day, Fernando goes before the bank and takes the pictures of the bank parking lot, which is behind the bank, and then he goes inside the bank with Sebastian. Sebastian says that he wants to open an account in the bank, and during this, Fernando takes the pictures of the bank. Unfortunately, he is caught by the guards and police while doing so, and they take him inside the basement. But it was also a part of the plan because Fernando wanted to see the lockers where money was placed. They search his camera, find nothing because Fernando has already removed the memory card, so they have to leave him. The next day they make the map of the bank with the help of pictures. Now they have the map of the basement, the ground floor and the first floor. Fernando tells them that they will go inside the lockers, moving through a small room in which he was placed. Now they want to measure the distance between the gutter and the bank. They send Debaza to measure the distance between the gutter and the bank with the help of a cycle. He measures how many times the wheel of the tire completes their vibrations. The next day, Fernando marks the right place to enter the bank by using geometrical calculations. Fernando tells Mario that all the things and the money in the bank is insured, so this robbery will not affect the lives of the common people because the bank has to pay them their money, and the bank has to face all the loss. The next day, they go inside the gutter to make a tunnel because they have already marked the place for this, and they start making a tunnel. Then we see a man named Alberto who handles the work of transport, and he will have to take them out of the gutter after the robbery. They are still trying to find out the solution of how they will open the doors of 400 lockers of the bank. Mario tells them they should use a blue torch to break the lockers, but Fernando tells them that it is a very time-consuming process because it will take more than 1 minute to open a single locker. So he advised them that they will open a new locker in another branch of this bank, so they will easily understand how these lockers work and how to open them. The next day, Mario goes to another branch of this bank to keep his belongings in the bank locker, and while opening the locker he sees it very well. Then we are shown that Mario and his friends have an old van and they are waiting for Alberto outside his house. Suddenly, police come there and they fear that today they will be caught by the police. But just then Alberto and his wife come there and they tell the police that they are our friends, and the police let them go. After this we see them in Alberto's house working on an old van, and Mario objects. Why has he involved his wife in this robbery? Alberto says that she has been working with me for a long time, and she will not tell anything to anyone. Then we see Fernando and his friends digging a tunnel when suddenly their drill breaks, and Fernando says we will have to buy another drill now. But Mario gets angry and says, how much much more money will I pay for this robbery? I have already invested a lot of money for this, and he leaves from there and they have to stop their work. Actually, Fernando did not tell him yet how to unlock the lockers of the bank, and if they do not have a plan to open the lockers, then all money and work will be wasted. Fernando visits his girlfriend at night and they both lie down looking at the stars in the sky. Fernando's girlfriend says that it takes billions of years for the light from the stars to reach us, and by the time we say that the star is there, it is already finished. Hearing this, Fernando gets an idea and he runs to Mario, but Mario doesn't want to meet him. At last Mario agrees and Fernando tells him that, "I have found the best way to rob the bank." He says when the bank is open, safety protocols are different, and when the bank is closed, safety protocols are different. Fernando says that we will have to make 2 robberies at a time, one through a tunnel and another through a main gate. Everyone will think that the heist is happening only in the upper portion, and these are some ordinary thieves who are just trying to steal some money. We will convince the policeman that we will run only through the main gate, and no one will know that a tunnel has been made below, through which we are going to escape. Mario likes his idea and he becomes happy hearing it. After this they all start doing practice for this robbery. Mario reads a book, Sebastian works on a machine, and Fernando starts working on his plan. The next scene shows the day of the robbery and everyone is putting glue on their fingers to hide their fingerprints. Sebastian gets down from the van and goes into the gutter to do his task. On the other hand, Fernando and Alberto go inside the bank and Mario and DeBoz also go inside the bank through the parking lot. Then they put masks on their faces. Mario and DeBoz go to the first floor. Fernando and Alberto remain on the ground floor. They take out their weapons and tell everyone in the bank to lie down. A guard is sitting in the CCTV room watching all this. He informs the police that the bank has been attacked, but Fernando is listening to all the conversations between the guard and the police on the walkie-talkie. Mario asks the bank cashier to put all the money in a bag and Alberto goes to the parking lot to close the gate. After a while, the police arrive outside the bank. Fernando grabs a man and takes him out at gunpoint. He threatens the police, "If any of you try to enter the bank, I will kill the man." Then Fernando enters the bank and tells his friends that the first part of their mission is complete. Mario then grabs a woman and takes her before the guard who is still sitting in a CCTV camera. He tells him that if you don't come out, I will kill the woman. He has to come out and Mario takes his cell phone and sends him out of the bank. Fernando goes into the room and pushes aside a safe. Through the tunnel, Sebastian breaks the wall of the bank and comes inside the bank. Sebastian and Fernando get their equipment out of the car and then go to the locker room and start setting up their machine. Then we are shown a flashback scene and we come to know that Sebastian has made a machine which can break the locker within 7 seconds. Sebastian and Fernando start breaking the lockers of the bank and everyone sets the time on their watches. On the other hand, police, media and relatives of people trapped inside the bank stand outside the bank. The police officer is talking to the guard who has come out from the bank and is trying to find out what is going on inside. The guard tells him that there are 4 to 5 people and they all have weapons. They are trying to rob the money. On the other hand, Fernando and Sebastian are breaking the bank lockers and Mario and DeBoz are handling the people on the first floor. Then they realize that the cops are on the roof and the police officer calls the guard's cell phone and Mario picks up the phone. Then we are shown a flashback scene and we come to know that Fernando prepared Mario for these kinds of situations as well. He gave Mario a book so he could negotiate with the police during the robbery. Mario refuses but Fernando tells him that you just have to do acting and he agrees. Now Mario asks him to call back the police from the roof of the bank, otherwise we will start killing the people. He agrees and calls back the police from the roof of the bank, but he still sends 2 snipers to the nearby building. The chief of the police asks him, "What do you want?" Mario says, "I want to talk to the district attorney of this city." The chief of the police agrees and says, "I need an hour to talk to the district attorney." Fernando and Sebastian are breaking the bank lockers and taking gold and money out of it, and the police outside are trying to figure out what the hell is going on in the bank. They think there are only 2 ways to get into the bank, one through the main gate and the other through the parking lot. The police still think it's a petty heist and the police officer again calls Mario and tells him that as you have not harmed anyone, so if all of you surrender yourselves to us, we will not punish you heavily. The officer says, "I will arrange a lawyer for you and you all will be released soon." Mario says, "I will talk to my friends and then I will tell you." Sebastian and Fernando have broken many lockers of the bank and taken out a lot of money and gold from them. Later, one of the mobile phones kept in the bank rings and it is the phone of an old woman whose birthday is today. Mario wishes the woman a happy birthday and DeBoz takes chocolate from a man and gives it to the old woman. The sniper sitting in the building is watching the birthday celebration going on inside the bank and he tells his captain about this. They wonder what's going on inside the bank and then Mario sends the woman out of the bank as a gift. Mario stands by the window and starts talking to the police officer and tells him that I have spent 15 years of my life in prison. Therefore, I will hand myself over to the police only when the district attorney promises me that we will not get a heavy punishment. Hearing this, the captain forbids the sniper to shoot and then Mario also moves away from the window. Then we come to know that it was a test to see if the police actually shoot or not. Then the district attorney comes there and talks to Mario. Mario berates him a lot and then refuses to talk to him. Mario says that I don't have to talk anymore. I just have to talk to my lawyer. The police officer asks Mario for the lawyer's number and Mario sends him the number of a mobile phone lying in the bank. The police officer calls that number and Mario talks to him by changing his voice, so the officer thinks of him as a lawyer and he can free up more time for his friends. On the other hand, Fernando and his friends are trying to get all the stolen money and gold out of the bank. Mario turns off his mobile and the officer wonders if these thieves are really going to hand themselves over to us. Are they not playing any trick with us? He calls the manager of the bank and asks him for other ways to enter the bank. He tells him that there are only 2 ways to enter the bank. Then suddenly the captain has a look over a gutter and he thinks that the thieves have found another way to go out. On the other hand, after keeping all the stolen money and gold on the boat, Fernando leaves all the weapons in the bank. Then we are shown a flashback scene and we find out that all the weapons were fake because Fernando didn't want to harm any person. Then Mario leaves everyone on the upper floor and goes to Fernando. After a while, everyone picks up their cell phones and calls their families. The police officer sent some cops to the gutter and some straight to the bank. Fernando and Mario quickly erase all the evidence and then they also get into the boat. We are then shown a flashback scene in which Fernando explains that the cops may have found the gutter, so they had built a small dam to store the sewer water in it and they could easily go in the opposite direction by using a motorboat. The police officer reaches a small room where he finds a small tunnel with a small bomb planted on top of it, but soon the police realize that all the weapons brought to the bank are fake. But it was too late. All the thieves had fled and Fernando and his friends went out with the stolen money and gold. They put all the money in a van and then a police car passes before them and Mario says it is the most costly van of the world and then they leave from there. Then they go to Alberto's house and celebrate their success. After this they count the money and dry the money which has become wet. They share all the stolen money and gold among themselves and set the van on fire. It is then shown that several months have passed and all the thieves are enjoying their share of the money. Mario has bought a lot of gold rings. Alberto has gifted a car to his wife and Sebastian has bought a big video game for his son. But one day Alberto's wife sees him with a woman and they start fighting. She gets so angry that she goes to the police and tells them that my husband was involved in the bank robbery. The police arrest her husband and get money from him. Fernando also comes to know about this through the media. Then the police catch their other friend, Guida, who set the van on fire. Then Sebastian is also caught and then Mario when he was with his daughter. Then we see that Mario's daughter comes to meet him in jail and Mario apologizes to her and says I will not repeat this mistake again. At the end Fernando is also caught and he is sent to jail. In the next scene we see Fernando who is released from prison and Mario welcomes him with a beautiful car. Here again it revealed that Fernando had made a plan for what to do if the police caught them. Fernando had already thought that they would save a part of the heist because the bank kept no record of what was kept in the locker. The bank claimed that the heist was $25 million, but the police found only about $2 million and 8 kilograms gold. Because there was no record of the money and gold kept in the bank, no one could make a case against Fernando and his friends. Fernando and his friends then have the fun of their lives after a short punishment. With this the movie ends. Bundles of thanks for watching.